A rare appearance on Sunday on the campaign trail did not end well for President Obama. He was stumping for Anthony Brown, who is the current lieutenant governor, and he hopes to be the governor in Maryland. And people started walking out during the president's speech. Now, these are still pictures that were taken. The pool reporter there clearly stated that people started to stream. A steady stream of people walked out of the auditorium as he spoke, and a heckler interrupted his remarks. That is the background reporting that we have out of that room. Brit Hume joins me now, Fox News senior political analyst. Good morning to you, Brit.
Hi, Martha.
Your reaction to that report?
Well, it sort of confirms what many of us, a lot of us have thought for some time, which is that the rock star image of President Obama is no more, and that he's just not as interesting to people as he once was. Members of his party are somewhat uninterested and demoralized, fearing a big Republican win in a few weeks. And that race, by the way, in Maryland, the Democrat is well ahead. I think,
yeah, we have the number. Let's put those up in the control room if we could, so if they can take a look. Go ahead, Brett.
Well, I was just going to say the average suggests that that race has already been won. And so some of the urgency of the political situation, there you see it. That's the president's job approval rating, of course, which was reflected in people's reaction to him. But the average in that race, I think, is plus 11 for the Democrat. Right. So if that's the case, then you don't have that sort of down-to-the-wire sense of urgency that you might otherwise have for a candidate who appears to have the race well in hand. And that may have drained some of the excitement out of the event, even though it was the president. Remember, Martha, he still remains pretty much of a rock star on the fundraising circuit and has certainly benefited his party by raising very large sums of money for them in this cycle.
Yeah, the poll that shows him well ahead may point to the fact that a candidate only who is in that safe a situation might feel comfortable having the president come to campaign for him, because those who are in tight races clearly have not. We know Alison Lundergan-Grimes didn't even want to admit that she, whether or not she had voted for the president, and that seems to have hurt her. The other race that he's gotten involved in is the Illinois governor's race, which is much tighter. So Governor Coyne has taken a little bit more of a gamble by asking the president to campaign for him, Brett.
Well, perhaps, yeah, I think that's true, but a governor is not quite as tied to the politics of Washington as a Senate candidate or a House candidate, so that feeds into that situation. And also remember this, Martha, and this could be important. The Democrats are making a big effort here to turn out their vote. And they did a remarkable job in 2012, especially turning out minority voters whose loyalty to the president was very clear then and I think remains clear to this day. And the president's presence in certain places, in certain races, may indeed energize or help to energize the very kind of voters Democrats are working very hard to target and get to the polls. They may not be enthusiastic voters this time or excited voters this time, but their votes count just as much as those who are all fired up. So that figures into the equation as well as to why the president may be able to help in some places, in some races, by going out and stumping.
Yeah, no doubt. Thank you so much, Brett. Good to see you this morning.